right, Trey Mangum with Shadow and Act. Hi,
What's up,
Henry,
Eric?
how are you doing?
Great, man.
It's so great to talk to you about this film. I enjoyed it so much. I love a good origin story, and I felt like it gave us so much exposition that we needed to dive into this universe. So I'm excited to talk to you about it.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad you were able to watch it.
Yes, yes. So I wanted to know, were you a fan of any of the comics before this? Were you a fan of any of the previous G.I. Joe films before coming onto this project, or did you come into it sort of like a newcomer?
No, I of course watched the previous films when they came out. I was really aware of the franchise before that with the comics and the Saturday morning sort of cartoons. But I grew up outside of America, so it's really tough to kind of get hold of that stuff abroad. But I was acutely aware of how cool Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow was, and Duke, and of course all those guys. So for me, this was a real kind of ability to be able to kind of delve deeper into this world, and it's amazing fan base. Like, they've had so many fans from across the world love and thoroughly follow this from day one. So we're hoping to add to this collection of people.
And a lot of this film is about the relationship between Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. They start off as brothers in most iterations of their origins. So can you talk about where they are in this film relationship wise, and how their dynamic, kind of changes and progresses as the film goes on?
Yeah, as we all know, Snake and Storm have one of the most turbulent relationships ever created. One minute they're at each other's throats, the next they're blood brothers again, the next they're fighting for the same cause, the next one's in Cobra, one's in Joe's. And it's a never-ending cycle, and it's one of those amazing storylines that we love revisiting. But you need to understand the point of the beginning of how this is such an intense relationship and why. And that's kind of where we find Snake Eyes being taken in by Tommy to the Arashikage, opening his doors and training him to being the Snake Eyes that we all love and care for. But understanding that things go awry. And by the end of the movie, you're just like left with wanting to see more.
Yeah, yeah. And how do you think this film will surprise both diehard G.I. Joe fans, but people who may, just say, oh, this is a cool movie, and not have too much context of the whole franchise and the universe? How do you think it will surprise both fans and non-fans?
I think for all of the pre-existing fans, from what I've sort of spoken to the people who've watched it, it's how they wanted to see the G.I. Joe kind of stories being told, so viscerally, so grounded, a sense of reality, because that's what the Joes are. They're everyday people doing extraordinary things. So we need that sense of believability. So moving forward, that's the kind of trend that we want to keep with this franchise. And make it look as badass as possible, which I think we thoroughly was able to accomplish with this origin story.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait until everyone else can see this movie.
Take care, Trey. Thank you.
Have a good one.